Hello, my fellow jokers, and welcome to today's video. So today we're going to talk about our Run BTS 2.0 episode 2, episode 3, and the dinner party episode. Let's get into it. So that compilation is not mine. I didn't make it. And honestly, as I was watching, I didn't pick up on that, right? But I did screen record something that I noticed, which validates that compilation.
아니, 솔직히 방탄이라는 브랜드가
숟가락 담가도 되지?
십몇 년씩 갈아서 한 건데 너무 아깝기도 하고.
난 퍼다 먹어야겠다.
나 너무 좋은데?
너무 좋지.
대화를 하려고 하면 이제 끊기고 이제 그러니까
얼큰하다니까.
반개 뺐어야 됐어, 반개.
아니야.
그냥 접죠 그냥.
근데 방탄이란 게 개인보다 재밌긴 해.
너의 방탄이 영원할 거라.
진짜 산만하다.
야, 소금 좀 더 치면 좋을 것 같아.
그렇게 믿어서는.
So I don't know if you noticed, but while JK was sitting down the entire time Jimin was in the kitchen, he kept glancing. And he was probably looking to see if his baby needed any help so he could step in. I'm gonna play it again and take a look. JK just he's having the conversation with the rest of the members, but he keeps glancing towards whatever Jimin's doing in the kitchen.
아니, 솔직히 방탄이라는 브랜드가
숟가락 담가도 되지? 난 퍼다 먹어야겠다.
너무 좋지.
대화를 하려고 하면 이제 끊기고 이제 그러니까
얼큰하다니까. 영원할 거라.
진짜
Every time Jikook has mentioned the fact that, JK likes to protect Jimin or likes to do things for him and stuff like that, there are some people who are, honestly, to me, you were like Jimin solo in disguise pretending to be a Jikooker, because I don't see why you would get upset when we say that, JK is always there for Jimin and stuff like that. You guys are always jumping on, no, Jimin can protect himself. No, Jimin doesn't need JK. Nobody said Jimin needs JK. Nobody said that Jimin cannot protect himself. But we are just saying that JK is he emanates very boyfriend behavior in terms of always wanting to look after Jimin. Like, this is a fact. How many times have we seen him protect Jimin? I have made several videos about JK protecting Jimin. I'll link them down in the description for those who haven't seen them. But JK is always protecting Jimin, even though this man does not need it. He's got a black belt. He did kendo. He knows how to protect himself. Of course he does. But when you got protective JK always on protective boyfriend mode, he's gonna step in. Okay, that's just the dynamic. That's the way they are. And don't sit there and even try to deny that Jimin doesn't like it. He likes it. Okay, he likes it. Because anytime JK is not around, Jimin can lift heavy boxes. He can do everything for himself. But when JK is around, oh, I can't open a packet of chips. You do it. Like, are you okay? Are you kidding me? When JK is around, oh, carry me, I'm tired of walking. Oh, do this, do that. Jimin, the one you're always defending, he can do things himself. When he's in front of JK, he becomes a damsel in distress. That's just their dynamic. That's how and who they are. You're there complaining that we are saying JK, Jimin can't defend himself. No. Jimin likes when JK defends him. Jimin likes when JK punches a bell and a piece of meat because it hurt him. That's why we can relate, as in a relationship, we can relate to stuff like this. If my husband is not around, I am going to pick up whatever I need to pick up and I'm going to carry it where it needs to go. But if he's around, I'm like, you get the big suitcase because you're the man. And then he's like, sexist. And I'm like, okay, yes, fine, I don't care. Because why should I do the heavy lifting when you're here? Like, bro. So don't get it twisted. Nobody here says he's weak, okay? But in this situation, Jimin cannot cook, okay? He's not the best cook. Unless it's ramen, which requires putting noodles in hot water. But Jimin, JK is Jimin's chef. Jin told us that himself. We have seen it with our eyes. So JK was looking out to see if his boyfriend needed him so he could jump in. And as you can see in that compilation, he even at some point went and started hovering in the kitchen just in case. Just in case Jimmy needed him, okay? Because his boyfriend goes. If your boyfriend don't do this, you're dating the wrong person. I'm telling you that right now for free. Yes, thank you to whoever made that compilation. I love to see it. I love to see it. The kid is just so considerate and always aware at all times. What is Jimin doing? Does he need me? Oh, love that.
근데 지민이랑 정국이는 너무 좋아하잖아, 동반 입다한 거.
같이 가줘서 고맙긴 해.
나 좋았어.
너 친구들 이제 갈 거 아니야?
First of all, thank you, Jean. Say it louder for the people in the back, please.
근데 지민이랑 정국이는 너무 좋아하잖아, 동반 입다한 거.
And of course, they had to hold hands because why not? Like, look how far they had to stretch in order to do this. This was not necessary. Bit my tongue. This was not necessary. Then again, it's never necessary for them to hold hands, but I always find a way to do it. Gosh, I used to. I love that. Let's move on.
되게 아기자기하게 뭐 만들고 이런 거 안 하시잖아.
잘할 것 같은데요?
This is honestly normally like the easiest way to know that Jikook are really down bad for each other. When there's another member looking at one of them speaking and then you watch the other, like now here, where Namkook are watching Jimin talking, but you can clearly see the difference in how they're looking at him. Like, bro, look at the difference. It's insane. It's literally insane. It's right there in your face. Oh my god. Whipped JK. Like, look at JK. He is so whipped for his man. I swear. Ah! Oh god. This still is just. I can't take this photo. It's crazy work. Look at JK. That fond smile. Oh. Hashtag feels. Okay, next moment is when we discovered something quite interesting. Yeah? Okay, so Jean said, I have a question. When is the hiking video of us coming out? It's been about 8 years. So he's talking to JK here. And Jin wants to know, like, they went hiking with JK. JK recorded the thing, but Jimin has never seen that footage. And if he's seen it, JK has never posted it. So Amis have no idea it even exists. Until this moment, we didn't know that Jikook went hiking together and JK recorded it. Like, this vlog is just where in JK's archives, like, what happened, JK? I also want to know what happened. It's been 8 years. Then JK adds, I also feel something with Hobby and Namjoon too. Yeah? So it wasn't just Jin he made a vlog with or whatever. I don't know, maybe a GCF. You know what? If it's 7 or 8 years ago, it's probably when he was still doing like GCF stuff, right? So he probably did a GCF or whatever. Let's say he filmed, just call it something because we don't know what it is. So he filmed something with Jin. Then he filmed another thing with J-Hope and RM. And those things have never seen the light of day. Nobody knows. Like they're here asking him like, my guy, what happened? And you know what? This makes sense because if you remember that moment where Jimin says that he promised to go to the moon with Jungkook, it's normally the answer turned out to be J-Hope. J-Hope was the one complaining to that I am tired of JK always filming us all the time. It makes sense now. It makes sense because it means that there's much more that JK filmed that we haven't seen, which makes sense. I'm sure he hasn't posted everything he's ever done. But what's the point I'm trying to make? Like, where am I driving, with this? I'm sure you're wondering. So JK went to Tokyo with Jimin, did the GC of Tokyo, was so excited to post it, edited it himself, made it himself, we've seen that video of him jumping with joy, so happy with his results, with his work, right?
기분이가 굉장히 좋다.
And he posted it as soon as he was done editing, and he could not wait to share it with us. And then we got Are You Sure? And yes, Are You Sure is like it's company content produced by Big Hit, whatever, that's fine. But it was still Jimmy's decision. This idea was Jikook's idea, it was Jimmy's idea, and he's the one who pushed for this, they pushed for this. So it wasn't, I always, with Are You Sure, as much as people call it like company content, it wasn't Hype's idea. It's not like Run BTS. They're not the ones who came up with it. Jikook came up with it. Specifically, Jimin came up with this idea. So I'm counting Are You Sure in that because they made their decision. Everything they did in Are You Sure they came up with at the spot. Obviously the staff helped with like the games and stuff like that. But really, Are You Sure is just Jikook, chilling and being themselves, okay? So we have DCF and we have Are You Sure? And they're already talking about how all these things they did in the military that they're going to do for us. They have 8 other ideas, right? We're going to talk about that live. Don't worry about it. But they have all these ideas that they're going to do. And you guys know that we're going to see all that stuff, right? So what is my point? Priorities, yeah? JK's priority. Is JK priority Jin? No? Jin Cookers? Are Jin Cookers listening? Jin is not JK's priority. Nam Cookers, Hope Cookers, are you listening? RM and J-Hope are not JK's priorities. Hey! Jimin is JK's priority. You best believe if it was Jikook who had taken that hike and JK had filmed it, even if he wasn't the one editing it, even if it was the company, whatever, JK would have followed up and it would have been like, are you guys done with that video yet so I can share it? When are you guys gonna post that video? But JK don't care. And no, this is not me saying he doesn't love the other members. God, I hate that I always have to give that disclaimer. I'm just saying that sometimes if you're dating somebody, they're not gonna prioritize everybody. They're just gonna prioritize you. Woo, damn, I love this. Then we went out where they started playing foot, netball, volleyball. I don't know what they call it. They created this game themselves. So they go outside and they start playing this. And it is so funny how Jikook just kept running to each other. Anytime they needed to celebrate, they would go immediately for each other. Anything funny happened, they would go immediately for each other. Like, I loved to see it.
야야야야야 뭐야 지우야 야 지우야 너 뭐야 고수야? 지우야 너 고수야? 신컷 봤어? 내 신컷 봤어?
This moment here is my favorite. I love it so much. It's so funny because Jin is just trying to talk to them, right? He's like trying to get their attention, asking a question, but they're too busy. They're too busy jumping around. Oh, Jin always gets this. When Jin is in Jikook, they do tend to that really him a little bit. But I do love this trio. It's actually so funny. It's a favorite of mine. I love them all 3 together. But yeah, I really did enjoy how they would immediately go for each other. I love it. What was that, Jimin? What was that? Seems a lot to me like an excuse to lean on JK, but what do I know? Bro never changes.
아 그리고 벽에다가
아니 근데
그 선빵 맞을 때는 타이밍 맞춰서 살짝 내리고.
근데 이게 진짜 옛날에 했던 것들이니까
I just, apart from Jimmy being like so funny, I really like this too. Like JK just looking at Jimmy while they're doing whatever it is that they're doing. Other members are doing it too, but he's locked in. He's locked in on his man. Like, yeah, I like this. I enjoy this too. It's nothing really, but it's cute. It's cute. They're cute.
근데 나는 왜 히말라야냐 그냥 생각해보니까.
넌 뭔가 히말라야가 잘 어울리긴 해.
잘할 것 같아.
수미 아저씨입니다. 쫄마.
그건 괴물이잖아.
아 맞네.
괜찮아 마.
Again, Jimin being the main comedian from BTS. It's so funny. But I love how immediately JK got the reference. Like he knew what Jimin was talking about because we have established they watch everything together. So yeah, Jimin or JK immediately knew what his boyfriend was referencing.
야, 저 정국이 뭐 할지 해주자.
정국이?
난 정국이 그냥 퍼스널 컬러. 얘 맨날
야,
검은
근데 나
색깔.
해보고 싶긴 했었어.
얘 맨날 검은 색깔 옷만 입으니까.
절대 검은색 못 입게 하고 다 다른 빨간색, 파란색, 보라색, 초록색 입히기.
내가 코디해주기?
그리고 얘 염색 시키기.
정국이는 근데 차력쇼 이런 거 해도 되지 않나?
The idea is to come up with ways to torture members. Okay, things that members are absolutely not going to like. And the best Jimin could do is a stunt show for JK. Like, how is that punishing JK? That's making him look cool and shit. Like, come on now, bro. I mean, does Jimin want to see JK doing some stunts? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes. Yes, he does. Do you guys remember in Bon Voyage when JK did this? Like, Jimin was like, absolutely not, I'm not doing any of that. But, you know, Jimin and J-Hope, when it comes to roller coasters or anything, any party jumping, none of that, they're not doing it. But JK or Daredevil, of course, he did this, right? And do you remember Jimin's face? He was like, really, that guy being his boyfriend. And he was like, he was just admiring. He was in awe of JK. And he couldn't finish his sentence. All he could do was lick his lips, not once, but twice. And then there's something to me about this look. When he was just watching JK do his thing, this look, it was just like, I don't know, you guys. I think some parts of Jimin were tingling, and I think that he likes his Daredevil boyfriend, just watching him do his thing. I think Jimin finds that extremely attractive. So does he want to see JK doing some stunts? Yes, absolutely. Okay, so here Jikook were the ones who cooked for the members. JK tells Jin, you forgot to add garlic. And then he does. Then he tasted the food and then he said, we need more salt. When he was cooking, he said the food needed more salt. But when Jimin cooked, JK said the food was delicious even though it had no salt. Okay? This compilation by this person on TikTok, thank you very much, is basically about how Jimin can do no wrong. But when it was Jin, JK was very quick to complain. You didn't put garlic. You didn't put salt. I already told you that this dish needed salt. But Jimin's food, let's not forget, Jin is a better chef. Jin is the better cook. But JK had no complaints. None of that. The food was perfect. Jimin himself was the one who had to go, oh, should we put more salt? Ah, bruh. Yeah? Who's the boyfriend here, my guy? Who is the boyfriend?
이상해.
That was from the recent episode, the dinner party one. Nothing much was going on because obviously they were like at opposite sides of the table. So there's only one thing that can happen really here, and it's the staring and the looking, right? Like we just saw on that clip, JK admiring his baby, right? And then another thing I also noticed about the entire episode is just this thing that Jimin does where he's talking to the group, but he's talking to JK, but he's talking to the group. Did you guys notice that? he does this all the time where he's dressing all of them, but he's looking at JK when he does it, and I love that. I love that. I enjoyed that about it. And now, guys, let's get to this moment because I enjoyed it. As soon as it happened, I rushed straight to the Discord with my friends. I was like, "Did you guys see that? Oh my god!" Like, it's what we call in Jampanzo, because of him with sugar in the frying pan. It was Jangpanzo 2.0, but this time there was no frying pan. Bro, I loved this moment so much. I'm gonna give you guys a refresher.
뛰어 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 해지 해지 해지
나이스 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 끝. 아니야. 자, 룰을 좀 알려줄게요. 발이 여기
몰랐어 오케이 인정 다시 처음부터 하자 몰랐어
오케이, 인정해줄게. 0대 0이야, 지금? 0대 0?
1대0.
아, 1대 0?
아니야 방금 거 누요 다시 우리 서브 줘
그래?
This moment is so funny because tell me why JK is bullying his young. Like V is older than him. Like why is he doing him like this? What happened with Sugar is like one of my favorite Jikook moments of all time, right?
봐줘
그래, 봐줘.
오케이 봐줬다 야 스포츠
아니 왜 두 번 횟수가 끝난 거지? 아니 왜 두 번 횟수가 끝난 거지? 야 다음 세트 생일 냉정해. 야 나와 다음 세트. 자 나가세요. 오케이 이제.
And so for me, this moment and this moment, they sit at the same table. In Kenya, we say they're in the same WhatsApp group, okay? Because they're both his youngs, like they are older than him. But when it comes to Jimin, JK is like his mind does not register that part. And the crazy thing is how big like this is. Like in South Korea, like this is to you and I as international army, this is just like, oh, you know, V's older than him, haha, whatever. Over there, it's not whatever. It's like he ain't supposed to do this, my guy. He's supposed to be respecting those older than him. Like, this is crazy work, okay? But JK is always like being rude to V all the time and like snapping at him, and it's their dynamic. It's just how they is. Like another instance was in Bon Voyage where Jin was teaching them how to flip a pancake, and V said he wanted to do it, and the first thing JK was don't fling that pancake as Jimin. And according to KG Cookers, the way he said it was a bit snappy and a bit like how you shouldn't talk to someone older than you. But JK, if it's about Jimin, all gloves are off, all bets are off. No. If it's about Jimin, there ain't no older younger here. It's about no, that's my man. Watch it, okay? Watch it. Watch yourself. Come correct.
뛰어 해지
나이스 끝. 아니야. 자, 룰을 좀 알려줄게요. 발이 여기
몰랐어 오케이 인정 다시 처음부터 하자 몰랐어
오케이, 인정해줄게. 0대 0이야, 지금? 0대 0?
1대0.
아, 1대 0?
아니야 방금 거 누요 다시 우리 서브 줘
그래?
It's the fact that JK tells V to throw the ball and he throws, even though he's not supposed to. Like he's just bullying V at this point. You know what I mean? And it's reminded me of the Osaka V live, right? The iconic Osaka V live, because V walked in on Jikook when they were doing they were having their internal affairs, and so he interrupted them. And Jimin was angrier than JK was, which is why my theory is that they weren't just making out. A lot of Jikookers think that they were kissing because JK's lipstick is all smudged and yada yada yada, but I think that JK was on his knees, okay? And I think that Jimin was about to finish, maybe, I don't know, and before V interrupted them. That is because explain why Jimin was so mad. Why was he so upset? Because the life he held the day after, man. We need to talk about the Osaka V life, because that whole thing is so freaking juicy, you know what I mean? Because the next day, Jimin was basically Regina George to V. Like he was treating him like shit. That was a man beater. That was a very, very angry man. Jimin took it out on V for real, for real. Even at some point, JK was like, don't you think you're being too harsh? Like JK who's always so harsh to V. Like JK is always rude to V, always ignoring him, like V has said it. Like the Taekook relationship is like a freaking, it's a mess. I don't know why people ship them together. But even JK himself was telling Jimin, don't you think you're being a bit too harsh? I always, oh my god. The reason I'm bringing that up is because Jimin was basically bullying V the next day. And the moment I saw this, I thought about when JK did this to V, I thought about the Osaka V Live the next day when V paid for his consequences. Oh my god. This is crazy work. So yeah, guys, I absolutely love this moment because protective JK for the win. I love it. I love it when it comes to protecting Jimin. This man does not play. He does not play. And that is why I do not like insecure Jikookers, because insecure Jikookers, the first thing they want to do is attack JK. Like what gives you the right? Have you seen this man be there for your fave? Like, are you okay? This man, would never let nothing, nobody, doesn't matter, young, old, inanimate objects, tree. Do not play with his Jimin, okay? Do not play with his Jimin. Yeah, this is all around BTS's. This is my favorite moment so far. 1000% hands freaking down. Yay! Now, guys, I saved a juicy moment for last. Let us do an analysis. An analysis. You know we love our analysis. I'm gonna play the video and then we'll come back and talk about it.
정우이 지금 씻을 거야? 씻을 거야? 같이 씻을까?
Did you guys hear it? Did you hear that? When Jin and JK are fighting, right? Because Jin is trying to get into the bathroom and JK won't let him. And do you guys hear anything else? Because JK is not the one talking. Do you guys hear another voice, maybe? Do you hear another voice? Now, I'm not suggesting they were doing anything, okay? I'm not trying to say nothing. Like sharing a bathroom, getting ready for bed together in one bathroom, it's not a big deal. They did it during Are You Sure, right? So it's not a big deal, right? And like Sugar said a million times, Jimin and I use the same bathroom when we were in the US. Yeah, we get it. So, all I'm saying is, Jimin in that bathroom, okay? That's all I'm saying. Whatever else you want to add on to that is up to you. I'm just bringing that to your attention, okay? I mean, it's a bit strange that Jin is not being allowed into the bathroom because Jimin is in there, but again, I'm not saying anything. I'm just pointing out, right? Like, why can't Jin come in? Unless Jimin is half naked and we know how territorial JK is. But anyway, I'm just pointing out that Jimin is in the bathroom. So that is it, guys, for the Run BTS episodes so far. Of course, I'll be back with the video as the more episodes keep coming, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, ding, ding, ding. Do that thing so you know every time I post a video, okay? I will see you guys very soon.